sunspot today.
Thanks. Good morning. The sun source agent, the foundation of science, be placing itself in the center of climate change discussion. Using wavelet analysis, we showed that the global warming is associated to high solar secular activity and not associated with human activity. Global cooling is associated to low solar activity. Now, first question, what this mean high or low solar secular activity? And here we calculate the energy sunspot and direct indicate of solar activity for each solar cycle. Okay, and here is energy, and this is time series sunspot. And here is power and sunspot as a direct indicator of solar activity for each solar cycle, and power dynamo solar. With high solar secular activity is positive power anomalies, and he is, and here, and he is. And he is global warming. Our low solar secular activity, negative power anomalies, and here is mountain minimum, Dalton minimum, modern minimum, next solar secular minimum. And here is time series sunspot wavelet spectrum. Wavelet spectrum show the evolution of periodicity in time, and here is global wavelet. Global wavelet show periodicity, for example, 60-year periodicity, 120-year periodicity. And here is 11 solar cycle, and here is high, and here is slow, and here is very, very high. In this case is global warming. Mountain maximum, Dalton maximum, modern maximum. Low solar activity, global cooling, is in heat, Dalton minimum, mountain minimum, excuse me, I'm sorry. This is Dalton minimum, and here Dalton minimum, and is this here modern minimum, in here negative power anomalies, modern minimum. At next minimum, and is heat, against heat, LC minimum. Using Wavelet reconstruction, against heat is oscillation of time series secular periodicity. In heat, he is fuzzy. So the begin of the begin and the end of each oscillation of solar circularity. And this is beginning, this is end. This in beginning, then is end. And in this year's period of the barycentric motion, the sun above of the center of mass of the solar system. During mountain minimum is minimum of secular activity and minimum of barycentric motion of the sun above the center mass of the solar system. Next minimum is and heat minimum solar security and minimum of barycentric motion of the sun of center of mass of the solar system. And this is minimum as H. And this is reconstruction cosmic ray using neural network. If solar activity is high, the cosmic ray is low, and if solar activity is low, then cosmic ray is high. And this is mountain minimum, cosmic ray is high. Dalton minimum is solar activity is high, is low, cosmic ray is high. As this is next minimum, else minimum. But and heat is. Well, we using reconstruction northern hemisphere temperature, wavelet analysis, show 120 year periodicity, 260 year periodicity. Begin this periodicity is beginning at beginning to end. Red color is power spectrum is high, blue spectrum is slow. And in this here is secular periodicity, and this is periodicity of barycentric motion, the sun above the center of the mass of solar system. And this is reconstruction of irradiance. Two periods. 120 is periodicity of solar secular activity and periodicity of barycentric motion, the sun above the center of mass of solar system. With Wavelet coherence. Wavelet square coherence is especially useful with the two phenomena have a strong interaction. The Wavelet coherence spectra show the phase begin two phenomena. The arrows at 0 indicate that both phenomena are in phase, and the arrows at 100 and 80 indicate they are in antiphase. It is very important to point at these two cases in play and linear relation begin the considered phenomena, and other angle indicate that the two phenomena are not linear or complex. But here is Wavelet coherency begin irradiance and temperature. And here is phase, and this is antiphase. And this here is periodic secular activity, 120 years, and it is in phase. If solar activity increases, the temperature will also increase, and vice versa, if there's no depend on human activity. And this is global warming, and this is global cooling, and this is global warming. And next, global cooling. Conclusion. The solar activity secular minima periodicity is of 120 years, and the East is sunspot series modulator. The 120-year periodicity could possibly be one of the principal periodicity of magnetic solar activity. The 120-year periodicity predicts that following solar secular minima should be aroused to 2040. Our preliminary stat of the last 2000 show close connection begin the variation of the global maxima and minima period of secular solar activity and Bowman and mini ash age occur during this period. Such a modulation of the terrestrial temperature may bring unexpected result and consequent to the climate change in the 21st century. They may result in a mini ash age caused by decrease in solar activity that would begin in 2010 and last about 60-80 years. No, thanks for your attention. I'm sorry.